the unthinkable happens. For the first time in Rome's long and brutal history, a Roman general turns his legions not against a foreign enemy, but against Rome itself. Lucius Cornelius Sulla marches on the Eternal City, not to defend it, but to seize it. Senators flee in panic. The assembly collapses. Streets run red as soldiers cut down citizens they once swore to protect. And at the center of it all stands one man, blue-blooded, cold-eyed, smiling as the Republic chokes. He had no crown, no empire, no title of king, but he ruled with something far older than law: fear. This is the story of how a nobleman turned predator, and how one ruthless general hijacked the Roman Republic. The year is 91 BCE. Rome is vast, powerful, and fatally divided. Its legions dominate the Mediterranean, but the heart of the Republic is splintering. Power lies in the hands of the few, senators and nobles enriched by war, while veterans return to poverty and landless obscurity. The poor starve. The elite feast. Meanwhile, Rome's Italian allies, who bled beside Roman legions for decades, remain second-class citizens. Promises of citizenship, rights, and dignity have gone unfulfilled. Rage festers, and then the fire breaks. The social war erupts. Rome's former allies rise in rebellion, not to destroy the Republic, but to become part of it. Entire cities in central and southern Italy defy Rome's authority. They mint their own coins, build their own senate. Rome responds with steel. In the chaos, two commanders rise: Gaius Marius, the aging reformer and war hero, and his sharp-eyed protege, Lucius Cornelius Sulla, a man born of nobility but hungry for legacy. Sulla proves surgical, merciless, a tactician who sees war not as glory but as arithmetic. While Marius holds the adoration of the people, the populares, Sulla wins the backing of the conservative elite, the optimates. Their alliance, once built on military respect, begins to erode. Behind every handshake is a blade, and deeper cracks split Rome. To end the social war, Rome is forced to grant citizenship, not as a gift, but at sword point. The illusion of Roman superiority collapses. The Republic has been forced to evolve, and not by vote, but by revolt. 88 BCE. A new threat rises, while one far to the east. Mithridates VI of Pontus, brilliant, sadistic. He dreams of restoring Alexander's empire and sees Rome as an aging tyrant, ripe for humiliation. That year, he orders the coordinated slaughter of Roman citizens across Asia Minor. The death toll is staggering: 80,000 massacred in a single day. Men, women, children, butchered in cold blood. Roman prestige crumbles. The Senate acts quickly. They appoint Sulla, now a rising star in Roman command, to lead the retaliatory campaign. But back in Rome, Gaius Marius, now old, bitter, and desperate to reclaim past glory, sees his final chance slipping away. He strikes, using political allies. In the assembly, Marius has Sulla's appointment annulled and claimed for himself. It is a betrayal not just of command, but of Rome's sacred military order. When Sulla, encamped with his legions in Nola, hears the news, he does not debate, he does not wait. He turns his army toward Rome, not east, not toward Mithridates, but toward his own people. Lucius Cornelius Sulla, an aristocrat who dresses like a soldier. Behind his calm voice lies an obsession with control. Raised in comfort, drawn to violence. He sees the Republic not as a democracy, but as a chessboard to be mastered. Charming in court, merciless in war, Gaius Marius, the man of the people. A military genius who once broke Rome's enemies through will alone. But now, he is aging, paranoid, and burning with envy. His pride won't let him step aside. His rivalry with Sulla consumes him. Lucius Cornelius, Cinna, Marius's political heir, a tribune turned revolutionary. He claims to fight for the people, but unleashes a wave of violence even Marius never dared. His reforms are wrapped in blood. Mithridates VI, the distant king who started this war, a phantom in the east. He watches from afar as Rome tears itself apart, waiting for his next move. His armies gather, his spies report. He doesn't need to attack, not yet. Rome is devouring itself. 4 men, 4 destinies. Only one will command the soul of Rome. The march is swift. Sulla's legions are veterans, loyal, ruthless, and stunned by what they've been ordered to do. Roman soldiers, marching on their own capital. But they do it. The gates fall. Resistance crumbles. Senators scatter like rats. Marius escapes, barely, into exile. Inside the city, Sulla restores what he calls order, but it is not the Senate's order. it is his. Rivals are executed, laws rewritten, the populares silenced. Then he leaves. With Mithridates still threatening Rome's interests in the east, Sulla sails for Greece, confident the Senate will hold Rome in his absence. The power abhors a vacuum. Cinna, joined by the returning Marius, storms the city. Their second takeover is bloodier than the first. Heads are mounted on pikes, names erased from records. Marius, in his final days, unleashes a reign of terror. Even old allies fear him. He dies soon after, but the violence he unleashed does not. By the time Sulla defeats Mithridates and returns to Italy, Rome has changed, and so has he. 83 BCE, Sulla lands in Brundisium with hardened legions behind him and fire in his heart. A new civil war erupts. Cities resist, factions rise, but Sulla's vengeance is cold and calculated. He takes city after city, sends messages through action. Where Marius brought chaos, Sulla brings judgment. In 82 BCE, he enters Rome again, not as a general, but as an executioner. The Senate grants him an unheard-of title, dictator for the reformation of the Republic. Then begins the terror. Sulla issues the prescriptions, lists of names marked for death, no trial, no warning. If your name is listed, you are an enemy of Rome. Fathers disown sons. Freedmen inform on patrons. Children are left penniless as estates are seized overnight. The Forum, once sacred ground for debate and law, becomes an open-air execution site. Blood darkens the marble. The smell of fear is constant. One man, Marcus Marius Gratidianus, is captured and tortured publicly. His hands are cut off, his eyes gouged, all by order of a man he once called friend. And this is only the beginning. Sulla rewrites the constitution. He strips power from the tribunes, once the people's voice. He expands the Senate with loyalists. He imposes strict hierarchies that ensure only the elite can govern. He claims it's for stability, but everyone knows the truth. The Republic is dead in everything but name. In 79 BCE, with Rome under heel, Sulla shocks the world. He resigns. No war forces his hand. No rival rises to challenge him. He simply walks away, claiming his reforms are complete. He retreats to his villa in Campania, drinks, writes memoirs, grows bloated with indulgence. He calls it peace, but his body begins to rot, inside and out, open ulcers, uncontrolled bleeding, pain that no wine can numb. His death is slow, undignified, and deserved, some say. He dies in 78 BCE, but the machine he built remains. A young Julius Caesar, then barely a man, had been marked for death under Sulla's prescriptions. He survived, but he never forgot. He watched, he learned, and decades later he too would cross a river with legions at his back, and the Republic in his sights. Rome was once a city of law, of ballots, debate, duty. Now it is ruled by fear, memory, and myth. Sulla claimed to restore order, but used terror to achieve it. He believed the Senate could be saved by cutting out the disease. Instead, he became the disease. His name faded, but his methods did not. Every tyrant who came after, from Caesar to Augustus to Nero, followed his blueprint, not as a warning, but as a guide. The Republic did not fall in a single moment. It was gutted from within. One law at a time, one execution at a time, one ambition at a time. It all began with one man, Lucius Cornelius Sulla, the general who conquered his own people, the man who hijacked the Roman Republic.